Okay, well, hopefully that has started up. Let's just grab a phone and just have a look. So, yeah, OBS thinks I'm going, so I suppose that's good enough. Well, hello everyone. What we are doing today is having a crack at Nevo's Thompson Trophy. So, as some of you will have seen, I did a run of Nevo's Schneider Trophy, which he put together. And didn't do too well. But we're going to have a go with the Thompson Trophy and see how we go. So this is on Nevada. And I believe it's Nevada Cold Start's the mission we're running. So we'll jump in the mission, have a chat about the course. Then I'm probably going to restart the mission and we'll actually fly the course. So the Thompson Trophy is a low-altitude racing series. I believe it's defunct now, but for the purposes of our Mudspike Championships, we're going to do it anyway. The course for today will be starting at Harry Reid International, taking off, turning to the northwest to fly to North Las Vegas Field. Going to be flying low past the tower there. We are going to be turning to the northeast to fly past the tower at Nellis, then coming back to the southwest to fly past Harry Reid. Apparently there's the old towers here down at Harry Reid, so let's take a quick look around. First things first, I'm just going to check all my stuff is working, which it is, which is nice. And we're going to have to, as part of our takeoff, go to ram air because it starts in filtered. So let's just remember that. And all my controls seem to be bound, so that's nice. So let's go for a quick fly around. Yeah, this should work. So yeah, I think it's these towers out here at Harry Reid are the ones we're looking at. Yep. So there's the new tower. And I think, it spun past it a little bit quickly there. I think this is one of the old towers, and there should be another one. Oh, the other one is near where we are at. Whoops. Yep. So I've got to fly between those towers. Okay. So we've got a reasonable idea of where the old towers are in relation to the airport. Now let's have a look at the map. So, North Las Vegas is the first steer point, and we'll just confirm our heading for that. It's a mighty airfield, this. .330, 340, that sort of thing. And so this will be the tower in here, I imagine. So we should be able to pick that up fairly easily. Then out to Nellis. I have 070. Perhaps more 080. We'll see. Hopefully, again, we'll be able to pick up some nice landmarks from reasonably far out. And then back to Harry Reid or McCarran, 200, 210. So, yeah, that's true. So I do have the headings written down as magnetic, which is probably what I need for the magnetic compass in my Mustang. So let's restart the mission and have a fly, as we've now wasted 4 minutes working out our route, which is fair. So, pretty confident with the route, pretty confident with what we've got to do. I will be using maximum continuous, probably for most of the flight, which is 2,700 RPMs and 46 inches of manifold pressure. Where I can, we'll use military power, which is 61 inches and 3,000. We'll also be using that for takeoff. Okay, sip of coffee. Alright, had a sip of coffee. Let's get everything lined up. Don't feel like I'm straight on in the aeroplane. That feels better. Alright. Well, let's do it. Time starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we need to start the aircraft. So these ones on. We need fuel booster on. We need the fuel on. We're on main left. Primer 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Prop is forward. We are going to find the starter. We are going to go mags both. We are going to start and mixture to run. Alright, and we're taxiing, so flaps coming up. Now let's get that filter out. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. So, we're looking for the runway. How are the temps and pressures coming up slowly? Alright. Where is that runway? Okay, here we go. My mouse has gone walkabouts. There it is. Temp is still very low. And we burned out the starter there probably. Oh well. Okay, plenty of runway. First turn is right on to 330 or thereabouts. So, we're going straight off. Looking for 61. Manifold. Oops. Come on now. Okay. Okay, didn't have force feedback on, that'll do it. Gear up. Flaps are already up. And turn right. To head for North Las Vegas. I think it's out this way. Temps and pressures are still looking pretty bad. Alright, let's trim this up. Okay. I'm going to come back to 2,746. Just until we get the temperatures sort of where we need them to be. Now, North Las Vegas, where are you? I've turned the wrong way. I've actually taken off and turned the wrong way. Okay. So we'll be up to the north, not to the south. So I should have turned right onto the runway, not left. And we'll come back down to the low altitude. In any case, we can get the sighter in for... There's Nellis over there. That's the main strip there. So there's the old tower there. Yeah, I see the old towers at Harry Reid. So I need to come a bit right. Okay, temperatures are good, so we'll come back up to 3,000. And 61. And we've got 15 minutes. Now my ball is centered, but I can feel a lot of slip from the wind, and I haven't done wind corrections for those headings. So we'll see. I'm a bit off track to the right, so we'll come left. I think that is North Las Vegas there. I think I see the tower now. So we'll come down to low level. Once we pass the tower, it'll be a right turn to 070 for Nellis. Where is the tower? I think I'm seeing cranes and getting confused. Gonna have to cheat. We missed it.
Zaxian Gaming. Said a bottle of water.
How are you doing, Zaxian? Here's the tower. So, have to pass it below tower height. I think that'll just about do it. And we will come around, avoiding this crane. That put me off a bit. And head for the mountains. I'm looking for about 06, so that's probably more about here. Now we're looking for Nellis Air Force Base. Yeah, temps and pressures, yeah, not that great. Probably should have done my sighter at military power and saved the military power, sorry, the seismic continuous power, and save the military power for when we know where we're going. I feel like I'm heading to the left of it. That's definitely Nellis there, so we're looking for the tower. Oh dear. There's the tower, so we're going to come back to 46 and 2700, save the engine, because this one is a sighter, and don't hit the helicopters. They look like they've landed now, and heading back for McCarran, which I think is about this way. What did we have? We had 200, so that's about right. Yeah, that's about right. Maybe to the left of the all the big buildings on the strip. Okay, so I'm abandoning this run. If you missed it, I took off the wrong and turned the wrong direction. I turned south instead of north, which is a pretty typical thing that I would do. Is that still having trouble picking up the airports? I don't think that's McCarran. Or Harry Reid International, I'm sorry. Man, the cranes are putting me off. Alright, cheaty time. No, we're still going. We're not there yet. Might be this area over here. Okay. And then once we're past McCarran, I'm going to do one run back up to North Las Vegas. So it'll be a right turn onto 070. Okay, I see the field. Now I have to fly between the two old towers. I think I've got the first old tower just on the nose here. We'll fly low past that, and then it's a right turn to the north of the strip. Yes. So we found one of the three airports, okay. Alright. And we'll avoid hitting the terminal building. $330 or thereabouts. So if I'm heading from Harry Reid International, 334 is a bit more to the right. How's the engine? Still unhappy with me. And that wind drift is significant. But if we hit, so we'll use this building here as a kind of a turn point, because that's a nice visual thing we can see from a way away. And I remember that crane being just near the tower, which was something else, but I suppose that's what happens in a big city. Alright, this looks correct. Where's the tower? I think I see the tower there. Turning in on it. Okay, so yeah, this... yes, that crane will be a good visual reminder. And then we're looking for roughly 070 for Nellis, so it'll be out there. I didn't quite make the tower height. Something like this. Probably a bit too far. So rather than that big colourful detailed hill, it's sort of to the left of that if we're on track properly going past the tower. And now we just need to find Nellis Tower, then it'll be a right turn back to Harry Reid. And if we've got that right, we will probably abandon... yeah, we'll probably abandon this run and go... well, this practice, excuse me. And we'll go and do our formal run, now that I've got my eye in. Yep, so that's definitely Nellis. So where's the tower at Nellis? I suppose if I am living up to the expectations of the challenge, which is to do it all at low altitude, I'll have no problems finding the towers, because I'll be able to see them sticking out above the landscape. So another learning is the engine is still very hot. Okay. I'm looking south end of the strip there. Because what did we want? We wanted 200 thereabouts, so yeah, that's a reasonable turn. I'm just going to head straight for this sort of clump of buildings there, because I think that's actually the airport, and we'll come in at low level and a brake to a quick landing. So Nevo wrote that there's no need to fly between the towers for landing, so if we can pick out the runway early enough, we'll just come straight on into the runway. So prep for landing. I'll get rid of the pilot now. Fuel boosters on and has been on, and since it's a race, we're probably just going to leave it on for the whole race. The fuel booster is the electric fuel pump. And fuel management, probably every time I go past Harry Reid, I'm going to switch tanks. Yeah, because that'll even out the fuel consumption and probably help us balance and trim the aircraft a bit. So speed's up around 300 miles per hour, which is nice, very nice speed for a World War II aircraft, even at low altitude in the Mustang. Nice and fast. So, looking for the old towers. There, I've got the towers, so that would be the point we fly between. But we're breaking off to a landing, so prop is set 2,700 as per the checklist. So as I come onto the runway, I want to turn right, not left. That was what I did wrong in this practice. It's a right turn on the runway and a right turn onto heading. So coming in very fast. Do a bit of S turns to lose a bit of airspeed. 200. 600. Let's get that gear down. And start feeding the flap in, so flaps 5. And now speed's below 150, so I can just get the flaps fully out. I don't think the gear came down. Looks like it's down. I probably just blew the doors off because I put it down too fast. So we'll avoid doing that in the actual race. And that's how we land a Mustang. Hopefully I can do that as well in the actual race. And we're just going to bring the plane to a halt. We won't have the buzzer because we won't break the gear. And as we come to a halt on the runway, we'll note our time, and that will be our finishing time. Let's get rid of that buzzer. Yeah, so I just put the gear down too soon and broke the gear doors, which is why the gear thinks it's unsafe. Okay, so let's get ready to do the actual run. And I might just, while that's loading, grab... Oh, that loaded quickly. Just grab the stylus from my kneeboard so we can note down the time. So the starting time's 14:20. That's just the starting time in the mission. Okay. So it's going to be start up, turn right, taxi to the runway, make a right turn onto roughly 330 for Nellis, or North Las Vegas, sorry. Okay, so let's get lined up, stick centered. Yep, alright. Still feel like I'm not lined up quite right. That's better. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. This time for sure. So, mags on. Battery and all the stuff we need's on. We're going straight to filtered air. We're going fuel on. We're going fuel booster on. Getting the primer on for 6 seconds. Prop all the way forward, crack the throttle open. Now we're getting the starter going. And into run, starter off and covered. Okay, and flaps up. And flaps are traveling, alright. So, now we know roughly where the runway is as well. We can get the canopy closed so we don't worry about that later. Okay. Everything is very cold. It didn't seem to mind too much last time. So I'm just going to leave the pilot body off so I can get the landing gear handle. Probably should bind that to a switch on the hot ass. Alright, here's the runway coming up. Let the stick forward to unlock the tail wheel. Actually, where is the runway? That's the runway there. Temperatures are still coming up, but pressure's in the green. I think I have enough runway to go that way. So consequently we will. Alright. And take off. Looking for 61. There we are, takeoff power. Flying the aircraft down the runway. Letting the nose come forward a bit. Alright, and we're airborne. Brakes. Gear. Fuel pump on, we're leaving the pump on. And we're making the right turn. Up towards North Las Vegas. Alright. Let's trim. Flying it at low altitude this time, looking for our landmarks. Alright. Where is that crane? Okay, we are going to back off to maximum continuous until our temperatures come up. There's the crane, let's head straight for him. Alright, that feels good. No, I think I'm heading not quite right. Now we need to find the control tower. I do feel like it is that crane, and the control tower is just beyond it. We're going slightly to the left of the crane. Alright. Yes, there's the control tower. And a right turn onto 070, just to the left of the colourful mountain. Alright, keep it low. It's a low flying challenge. Don't hit the lights. Tower height and turning to Nellis. Roughly 067, looks pretty good. And again, we're staying low this time. Speed's good. How's the engine? The engine is now in spec, so going up to 3061. So I can do this for 15 minutes. So the tick before the 9. So 40 past. Actually, that means I can run the entire race if I'm matching Nevo's times. So we got to find the tower. Where's the control tower? I think I see it. Yep, there it is. Avoid the wires. Just need to trim it up. Okay, let's get low. Check about for traffic. And right turn around the tower, heading back for Harry Reid. Get the G on a bit. Don't overdo it. Alright, then heading towards the buildings on the south there. Avoid the wires. There we go. South end of the strip, and that should be Harry Reid. 200 is what we're aiming for, and that's pretty close. So temps are climbing, but still good. Just got a bit of a climb in, so we'll bring it back down, as this is a low flying challenge. So we're going to fly in between the old towers at Harry Reid, And then over that big red building you can just see under the crane there. And then turn back to the north for Nellis. So we're on the completion of our first lap of 3. Still climbing a bit, speed's coming up nicely. Temperatures are almost at the point where I gotta pull back. So, looking for the towers. Speeds are good. Temperatures are still good but high. I see the towers, so we've got to fly between them and make our right turn about the furthest old tower there. Temperatures are high but acceptable. Okay, fly between the old towers. At tower height this time, very nice. Don't hit the lights. There is our turn point. Roll out. Temps are still high, so I was going to use this opportunity to change the tank back to the other side. Yep. Okay. 334, I think it was. Yeah, close enough. So, temperature is still below absolute maximum. So, we're going to keep an eye on it, but we're going to make the most of it while we still have our maximum power. Because we've probably got about an extra 50 miles an hour out of that, compared to what we were seeing before. So, heading for the crane and looking for the tower. I'm heading a bit to the left of the crane, so let's bring it right just gently. And still looking for the tower. There's the tower. Is that? Yes, I think that's the tower. Let's take it down low. Temperature's still good, but very high. We just want to keep it below that red tick. We are flying absolutely flat out. Don't hit the lighting stand. And right turn around the tower and leveling off at the edge of our hill here. Just going to slide to the right of this crane here, and we're looking for the tower at Nellis. I've probably still got another couple of minutes of military power before we have to pull back to max continuous. And hopefully max continuous will cool us enough. That's the other problem. Though it actually looks like we're getting a bit of cooling now with the Ram Air. Now we're going fast downhill, so we might be good to keep going through the race at military power. Where is the tower? Looking. So we're going to fly over Nellis. Oh, there's the tower, dead on the nose. It just hadn't spawned, just hadn't rendered in yet. Okay. So I'm going to take a bit of an offset so I can make my right turn. Temps and pressures are still good. Alright. Hopefully that means we can finish the race in this trim, which will be nice and fast. Got to get down below the line of the tower. And coming around to the right, around the tower. Oh, almost too high there. High G turn, looking for Harry Reid. It should be that there. Avoid hitting the wires, and we can come back down low. Let the speed come back up. Just trim the aircraft. It really wants to climb now. We're going very fast at this low level. About 350 miles per hour. It's a good speed. good speed for racing. Okay. Just come to the left of these buildings and take it down low. Still not quite in the red for the temperatures, so we'll keep going at this maximum power setting, military power setting, sorry. War emergency would be 67 inches, but this is a race, not war. And we'd definitely be overheating at those sort of settings. So looking for the old towers. I think I see them. Yes, I'm heading on the correct heading to go between the towers. So doing that test run and getting our eye in has really paid off this time. So let's bring it down to tower level as we come past these houses. And passing through the gate and turning to the right, looking for our red building. I'm sure it has a name, I'm sorry I don't know it. Not really familiar with Las Vegas. And keep it nice and low over the airport for extra style points. Okay, I'll ease up here so we don't hit the trees. I'm going to have to take a bit of a left offset because of the wind. Alright, everything's still looking okay engine wise, so we will change our fuel. Alright, and we'll head straight for our crane, which is our aiming point. The wind's going to drift me a bit to the right of the crane, but that's okay. That will take us pretty much dead on heading towards the North Las Vegas control tower, which is our actual turning point. So this is our last lap. We will be landing off this. After we go past Nellis this time, we're landing. And as we come down past the tower, don't hit the lighting stand, and oh, the lighting stand made me do that very badly. We will ask forgiveness to see if that one counts, considering I passed that above tower height. We'll make up for it for some low flying as we head back out towards Nellis. Temps and pressures still in the green. Pressure's coming a bit down, if anything, as we gain speed. Now doing a bit north of 350 miles per hour. Lovely, very fast airplane. Let's go a bit to the right of these buildings as we come down the hill, gaining as much speed as possible by using the contours of the terrain. See if it makes any difference. I think we're a couple of minutes behind Nevo's time, but I have been flying flat out, so I'm reasonably happy with this attempt. Let's take it down below the tower, make up for our previous bad pass at North Las Vegas, wave to the A-10s, head below the power lines this time for star points, and head for the airfield. Harry Reid International. So we don't need to fly between the towers this time, but we do need to land. So, engine looks good, speed is good, but last time we messed up and broke our landing gear doors by pulling the landing gear down at too high a speed, so we're not going to do that this time. Landing gear is 170. We also want to get our power set back to 2700 RPM as we come in on the approach. This will be close, but I feel like I'm still a minute behind Nevo's time. Just trying to get a good angle for the runways. And I feel like now we can come back to 46, start coming back to 2700, let the speed bleed off a bit, looking for the runways. Alright, power all the way off. There's the runway. Sorry about the buzzer. So we need to be below 170, so we'll bleed a lot of speed in this turn, and then we'll use a bit of side slip, or forward slip is that? Alright, we are below gear limiting speed, gear down, and we'll start to get the flap in. Flap is 150 for full flap. 150 flaps down, lining up with the runway. I think we are a minute behind. Cut and gliss it down. Oh, a little bounce, that's no good. Alright, and on the brakes as much as we dare, using the differential braking to keep the nose straight. Coming to a stop. Come on, come on, come on. There we are. 140 and 27. I made that. So 14, 40, 27. Okay, let's do the numbers. Bear with me. Okay, just going to hop out of the sim seat. Let us get Excel up, and we will have a blank workbook. Let me just do this so you guys can see it all. Now the other thing I want is a bottle of water, like Zaxian said. That's sweaty. Where is my app to see? No, I'll have to do it off the phone. Oh, and while we're here, let's just close down Mixed Reality Portal and let our headset cool off. So, I need Thompson Trophy. Oh wow, I've lost the post. Flight Sims. Thompson Trophy Air Racing. So our start time was 14:40. Our finish time was 14:40 and 27. Our start time was 14:20 and 0. So 20 minutes, 27 seconds. It looks like I have perhaps beaten Nevo just on time. I have beaten him. His time was 14, 40 and 50. So I've beaten him by 23 seconds. So let's work out our average speed. So distance is 81 nautical miles. We covered that in 20 minutes and 27 seconds. How do I do this again? So we want to find miles per hour, so we need to convert the 20 minutes and 27 seconds to a time in decimal hours. So there's 60 minutes to the hour. It's too early in the morning for this. And it's base 60 mathematics as well, which I always have trouble with in my head. Let me just get this so I can see it properly. That's probably actually a bit difficult to read for you all. I'm sorry. Let me zoom that in. There we are. So let's call it 20 minutes, 30 seconds. Oh, no, let's find out what fraction of a minute is 27 seconds. Equals 27 on 60, 0.45. So it's 20.45 minutes. Equals 20.45 minutes on 60 minutes for an hour is 0.340833 of an hour. Okay, so I did 81 nautical miles in 0.340833 hours is 237 knots, miles per hour, and kilometers per day. All right, and we need some sort of conversion for this, which Google will tell me far better than I can work it out myself. Knots to kilometers per hour. We have 237.6528 gives me 440 k's per hour. And that also gives me miles per hour of 273.486. So Nevo's speed was 268.45 miles per hour. My speed's 273.48. I am happy with that. That is a good challenge. So hopefully we'll have a few more people attempting this challenge. Now I've given it a bump, or probably Nevo is now going to take a bit of time out of his time. I'm not sure. I think he did it in one go, whereas I, as you saw, had my practice and then did the actual race. So that said, I kind of needed to do that because, as you probably saw on my practice, I turned the wrong way. So that is a very typical thing for me. All right. Well, that's it for the stream today. Thanks for watching if you did. And yeah, we'll catch you on Mudspike forums.